Hello, my name is Ben Graham. I want to talk to you today about something that has gained the spotlight in the last few years, possibly the last decade, and that's plagiarism. It's always been. I'm not saying that it's new, but we've just seen some high-profile pastors that's gotten a lot of trouble for what they have been accused as plagiarizing other people's work. Plagiarism is defined as taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. Now, this can be a big deal. This can be a big deal, especially coming from the side of someone that has poured in to taking the time to study, taking the time to cite, reference whatever they need to do, to bring forth a message, to pour into it, and then hear somebody else preach it verbatim. I can see how that would be a problem to the one that created it. But it should be a problem to the one who actually doing it. Because honestly, I don't see how you can differentiate that from stealing anything else. Essentially lying, because what you're saying is not your words. It's not words you have got from God, but they're words that were given to somebody else, and you're just basically a recording, giving them back to people. Now, I'm not saying that God can't use that, because He can't, but that doesn't make it right. You know, if you look at a couple different sites, you can see people feel very strongly about this. You know, I read in one, the Christian Coalition, from a guy named Justin Taylor. He said that taking over another sermon and preaching it as if it were yours is always and unequivocally wrong. And if you do it, you should resign or be fired immediately. This is what a lot of people feel today. And honestly, that shows that they're passionate about what they're doing. Now, to some degree, before we get too carried away, to some degree, we're always going to plagiarize other people. And what I mean by that is because Solomon himself said in Ecclesiastes 1:9, that which has been is that which will be, and that which has been done is that which will be done. So there is nothing new under the sun. So basically, what I'm getting at is we're all preaching from the Bible. We're all preaching the same gospel. So there are going to be times where what I'm saying, the message that God has given me, sounds a lot like my fellow brother, a message that he's preached a year, a week, a month ago. They could sound a lot like the same. But I think where you get in the problem is where whenever you align it verbatim, the way he presented it, the way she presented it, and just like a recording. Now, as far as plagiarism, I personally believe plagiarism is plagiarism. So whether it's academic or pulpit, stealing, lying is lying, taking someone's words and expressing them as your own is always wrong. In my opinion, wrong's wrong. It's either black or white. It's either hot or cold. God has nothing to do with lukewarm. Doesn't matter if you're in the academic field or in the pulpit. Wrong is wrong. So what I want to say today, what I want to bring to light today is plagiarism. I think it should always be in the back of your mind whenever you're giving a message, whenever you're speaking, whenever you're writing. You should always, to the best of your ability, give credit where credit's due. Well, because of the internet today, a lot of people are going to say, how am I ever going to say something that is new and not plagiarize? And I tell you, the only advice that I can give, the only advice that I could ever tell anybody, specifically speaking about the pulpit, is dive into God's Word. Let God speak to you. Yes, at times what I say is going to sound a lot like what someone else says, but it's not going to be exactly the same. It's not going to be exactly the same format. It's not going to be the same points. It's not going to be the same experiences. You know, there are experiences in your life that are specifically tied to you. So, in my opinion, you should spend most of your time studying God's Word and allowing Him to prepare a message through experiences you've had, through things that has been done in your life, to get the message across that He's trying to give you. You should never take the easy way out. You should do the work. In my opinion, if you do the work, you're never going to run into the problem of this extreme plagiarism that's going on. Because God's going to give you a message, and it's going to be unique to you because He give it to you. Thank you.